Has it ever happened that you hesitated at important moments? Doubt can be a major obstacle, but today, let's change that. Imagine living with the unshakable certainty of ancient Stoic sages, those who faced life with calm and inner strength. Let's delve into Stoic teachings to discover how to become confident in any situation. As the wise Epictetus said, "It's not things that disturb us, but the opinion we have about them." This phrase encapsulates the essence of Stoicism, the idea that our well-being depends more on our perceptions and attitudes than on external events. If we can command our mind and reactions, we can face any challenge with confidence. So, how can we apply this ancient wisdom to our daily lives to overcome insecurity? Get ready to learn 7 Stoic teachings that will transform your life. Each of these teachings offers a powerful tool to build self-confidence and face challenges with courage. Have you ever reflected on how Stoic wisdom can transform your life and increase your self-confidence? By applying these teachings, you are taking an important step towards a more balanced and secure life. So before we continue, I want to know, which Stoic teaching are you most excited to apply in your daily life? Leave a comment with the phrase, "Insecurity no more," to show your commitment to this positive change. And don't forget to follow the channel and leave a thumbs up. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments and, of course, leaving a heart for those committed to this journey. One of the most valuable teachings of the Stoics is understanding what is under our control. They believe that life is divided into 2 groups, what we can control and what we cannot. This distinction is essential to reduce anxiety and increase self-confidence. Let's see how this works in practice. Imagine you're about to make an important presentation at work. Your heart is pounding, your hands are sweating, and that little voice in your head starts whispering, "What if I fail?" This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. First, identify what is within your reach in this situation. You can control your preparation for the presentation, your knowledge about the topic, and how you organize your ideas. You can rehearse, review your slides, and even practice breathing techniques to calm yourself before starting. All this is under your control. Now let's see what is not within your reach. You cannot control the audience's reaction, the questions they will ask, or if someone will have a negative opinion about your presentation. These are external things, and focusing on them only increases your anxiety. The key to applying this Stoic teaching is to accept with serenity what is beyond your control. This doesn't mean you don't care about the outcome, but that you recognize your limits. By doing so, you relieve a huge weight off your shoulders. It is no longer your responsibility to control the uncontrollable. This allows you to direct all your energy and attention to what really matters, your own performance and preparation. Practicing this distinction daily can transform your way of facing life. When you focus on what you can control, you feel more empowered and confident. Each small victory in controlling your thoughts, actions, and reactions builds your self-confidence. At the same time, accepting what cannot be controlled significantly reduces anxiety and stress. Think of the example of a boat at sea. You cannot control the strength of the waves or the direction of the wind, but you can adjust the sails and the rudder. By doing so, you sail more efficiently and safely, regardless of external conditions. Reflect on a recent situation where you felt insecure. Now, make a list of what was under your control and what wasn't. How could you have focused more on what you could control and accepted what was beyond your reach? This simple exercise can have a profound impact on your confidence in future situations. Practice is essential. The more you apply this Stoic distinction in your daily life, the more natural it becomes. And every time you focus on what you can control and accept what you can't, you take an important step toward firm self-confidence. Additionally, remember that the Stoics also practiced daily reflection, reviewing their actions and thoughts to ensure they were focusing on what truly matters. How about setting aside a few minutes at the end of the day to reflect on how you handled the situations you faced? This can be a powerful tool to continuously improve your self-confidence and inner peace. The second Stoic teaching that can transform our lives is the practice of self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to control our impulses, emotions, and behaviors to achieve long-term goals. For the Stoics, self-discipline is essential to living a virtuous and fulfilling life. When you have already considered potential problems and how to handle them, anxiety decreases. You feel more prepared and less frightened by the unknown. Mentally facing adverse scenarios strengthens your resilience. When something goes wrong, you already have a plan in mind, which makes adaptation easier. Being mentally prepared for challenges can improve your performance in high-pressure situations. You will be more focused and less likely to be paralyzed by fear. The visualization of adversity can be applied to many areas of your life. At work, before a big presentation, visualize potential technical problems, difficult questions from the audience, or memory lapses. Prepare solutions for each scenario. In personal relationships, think of possible conflicts with friends or family. How can you resolve misunderstandings calmly and rationally? In studies, imagine the challenges of an important exam. What can you do if you don't know an answer? How can you better manage your time during the test? A useful practice is to set aside daily time for the visualization of adversity, perhaps in the early morning or before bed. Think about the challenges you may face the next day and how you can handle them. This not only increases your preparation, but also promotes a problem-solving mindset. The Stoics taught that while preparing for adversity, we must also accept that some things are beyond our control. Visualization is not about trying to avoid all problems, but about being mentally ready to face them when they arise. Accepting the impermanence and uncertainty of life is a crucial step in building unshakable confidence. Moreover, by practicing the visualization of adversity, you are also developing a critical skill of adaptation. Life is full of surprises, and often, it is our flexibility that allows us to find effective solutions. By incorporating this technique, you not only reduce anxiety but also prepare to face any situation with serenity and confidence. The fourth Stoic teaching we can adopt is living according to virtue. For the Stoics, virtue is the greatest good and the key to a full and meaningful life. Living according to virtue means aligning our actions and decisions with solid moral values, such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. When you commit to living according to virtue, you build a solid foundation of self-confidence and integrity. The Stoics believe that virtue is sufficient to achieve happiness. This means that, regardless of external circumstances, you can find satisfaction and inner peace by acting virtuously. But how can we apply this in practice? First, it is important to reflect on your personal values and principles. When you have already considered potential problems and how to handle them, anxiety decreases. You feel more prepared and less frightened by the unknown. Mentally facing adverse scenarios strengthens your resilience. When something goes wrong, you already have a plan in mind, which makes adaptation easier. Being mentally prepared for challenges can improve your performance in high-pressure situations. You will be more focused and less likely to be paralyzed by fear. The visualization of adversity can be applied to many areas of your life. At work, before a big presentation, visualize potential technical problems, difficult questions from the audience, or memory lapses. Prepare solutions for each scenario. In personal relationships, think of possible conflicts with friends or family. How can you resolve misunderstandings calmly and rationally? In studies, imagine the challenges of an important exam. What can you do if you don't know an answer? How can you better manage your time during the test? A useful practice is to set aside daily time for the visualization of adversity, perhaps in the early morning or before bed. Think about the challenges you may face the next day and how you can handle them. This not only increases your preparation, but also promotes a problem-solving mindset. The Stoics taught that while preparing for adversity, we must also accept that some things are beyond our control. Visualization is not about trying to avoid all problems, but about being mentally ready to face them when they arise. Accepting the impermanence and uncertainty of life is a crucial step in building unshakable confidence. Moreover, by practicing the visualization of adversity, you are also developing a critical skill of adaptation. Life is full of surprises, and often it is our flexibility that allows us to find effective solutions. By incorporating this technique, you not only reduce anxiety, but also prepare to face any situation with serenity and confidence. The fourth Stoic teaching we can adopt is living according to virtue. For the Stoics, virtue is the greatest good and the key to a full and meaningful life. Living according to virtue means aligning our actions and decisions with solid moral values, such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. When you commit to living according to virtue, you build a solid foundation of self-confidence and integrity. The Stoics believed that virtue is sufficient to achieve happiness. This means that, regardless of external circumstances, you can find satisfaction and inner peace by acting virtuously. But how can we apply this in practice? First, it is important to reflect on your personal values and principles. What do you consider essential virtues? Perhaps honesty, kindness, responsibility, or courage. Identifying these virtues is the first step to living according to them. Make a list of the virtues you value most and think about how you can incorporate them into your daily life. For example, if one of your virtues is honesty, commit to being honest in all your interactions, even when it is difficult or inconvenient. If you find yourself in a situation where honesty might have negative consequences, remember that acting according to your values is more important for your long-term integrity and self-confidence. This constant practice reinforces your identity and strengthens your self-esteem. Another example might be courage. If you value courage, seek opportunities to exercise it daily. This might mean speaking in public, standing up for something you believe in, or making a difficult decision. Each act of courage, no matter how small, strengthens your self-confidence and reaffirms your commitment to this virtue. The practice of justice is also fundamental. Being just means treating others with fairness and respect, regardless of the circumstances. This may involve actively listening to others' opinions, being fair in your decisions at work or in your personal life, and acting with empathy and understanding. When you act with justice, you build stronger and more respectful relationships, which contributes to your social and emotional confidence. Temperance or moderation is another essential virtue. This involves self-control and the ability to avoid excesses. In a world full of temptations, practicing temperance can be challenging. However, by exercising self-control in areas such as diet, media consumption, and finances, you strengthen your self-discipline and feel more in control of your life. For the Stoics, living according to virtue is not a goal to be achieved, but an ongoing process. It is important to regularly reflect on your actions and decisions, evaluating if they are aligned with your virtues. A good habit is to conduct a daily review, asking yourself, did I act according to my values today? Where can I improve tomorrow? This constant self-reflection helps maintain your commitment to virtue and continuously improve. Living according to virtue also involves accepting that you will not always be perfect. Everyone makes mistakes and has moments of weakness. The important thing is to acknowledge these moments, learn from them, and renew your commitment to your virtues. Self-compassion and self-forgiveness are essential parts of this process, allowing you to grow without overly judging yourself. By living according to virtue, you build a solid foundation of self-confidence and integrity. When your actions are aligned with your values, you feel more secure in yourself and less susceptible to external influences. Virtue becomes your guide and a moral compass in all situations. Additionally, it is worth remembering that the practice of virtues not only strengthens our confidence, but also connects us more deeply with others. When we live virtuously, we inspire and motivate those around us to do the same, creating a virtuous circle of growth and mutual support. The fifth Stoic teaching that helps us strengthen confidence is accepting impermanence. Let's explore how this understanding can help us abandon insecurity. Think of looking at the sky on a cloudy day, where the clouds are always moving, changing shape, and passing over us. Life is like that. Everything is temporary, and accepting this reality is a crucial step to cultivating confidence and resilience. When reflecting on the transient nature of things, remember a happy moment in your life. Perhaps it was an unforgettable trip, an important achievement, or a pleasant dinner with friends. Now think of a difficult moment, a loss, a disappointment, or a failure. Both types of experiences have one thing in common: they passed. The understanding that both good and bad moments are temporary helps us maintain a balanced perspective. When we are aware that nothing is permanent, we can better handle difficulties and appreciate the good moments without overly clinging to them. For example, when facing a challenging situation at work, remembering that this phase is temporary can reduce anxiety and insecurity. Likewise, when celebrating a success, the awareness of its impermanence keeps us humble and prepared for future challenges. Acceptance of impermanence also teaches us that each experience, whether good or bad, contributes to our personal growth. Stoic philosophy encourages us to see each situation as a learning opportunity. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "The obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the obstacles we encounter are actually part of the path to our development. Consider a recent failure. Perhaps you lost a promotion or faced a painful breakup. Instead of seeing these events as the end of the line, see them as temporary stages that offer valuable lessons. Failure can teach resilience, and loss can teach the value of gratitude and perspective. This mindset transforms adversity into a teacher, rather than a source of insecurity. Another aspect of impermanence is avoiding excessive attachment to the past. Clinging to past successes can make us complacent, while clinging to failures can generate insecurity and fear of the future. Epictetus, another wise Stoic, said, "It's not things that disturb us, but the judgments we make about them." What happened yesterday does not define who we are today or who we will be tomorrow. Think of an athlete who won a gold medal. If he clings only to that success, he may stop striving for future competitions. Similarly, if he clings to a defeat, he may lose the confidence to compete again. Acceptance that both are temporary allows him to continue to grow and improve. Accepting impermanence invites us to fully live in the present moment. Insecurity often arises from worries about the future or regrets about the past. When we focus on the now, we free ourselves from these concerns. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, advised, "While we wait for life, it passes." Practice mindfulness. Be present in every activity, whether it's a work meeting, a conversation with a friend, or a moment of rest. This doesn't mean ignoring planning or lessons from the past, but rather giving each moment its due importance without excessively worrying about what comes next. Accepting impermanence is a powerful tool of Stoic philosophy to combat insecurity. Understanding that everything is temporary, both successes and failures, gives us a balanced perspective. It teaches us to learn from each experience and encourages us to live the present fully. By adopting this view, we cultivate resilient confidence, knowing we are prepared for any change life brings us. Like the clouds in the sky, everything is in constant motion, and our wisdom lies in navigating these changes with serenity and courage. Furthermore, this acceptance frees us to embrace new opportunities and experiences, knowing each moment is unique and valuable. By recognizing impermanence, we become more grateful for what we have and more courageous in facing what lies ahead. The sixth Stoic teaching that helps us cultivate confidence is to be rational. Imagine being in a tense situation, perhaps a heated argument or a difficult decision at work. What do? React impulsively or pause and think before acting? The Stoics believe the key to confidence and security lies in using reason in all situations. Reason is what distinguishes us and enables us to make considered decisions. When we react impulsively, we are often guided by momentary emotions that can lead us to actions we regret. Consider this example. When you receive negative feedback at work, the immediate emotional reaction may be frustration or sadness, perhaps even anger. But by applying reason, you can pause, reflect, and see the feedback as an opportunity to improve. This not only helps deal better with the situation, but also increases your confidence in your ability to grow and adapt. An effective technique to incorporate reason into our lives is the practice of pausing and reflecting. When confronted with a challenging situation, take a moment to take a deep breath and evaluate the situation. Ask yourself, what is the best way to respond? What are the possible consequences of my actions? This may seem simple, but it is a powerful skill that can transform how you handle life. For example, imagine you are driving and someone abruptly cuts in front of you. The immediate emotional response might be to honk or yell. However, by pausing and reflecting, you might consider that the person may be dealing with an emergency or simply didn't see you. Responding calmly not only avoids a potential conflict, but also keeps your emotional state balanced. Making informed decisions is another crucial aspect of using reason. This involves gathering information, considering different perspectives, and evaluating options before acting. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often emphasized the importance of acting with wisdom and reflection. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let's apply this to a daily situation. You are considering a major purchase, like a car or a house. Instead of being swept away by excitement or pressure of the moment, you can gather all necessary information, evaluate your budget, compare options, and perhaps even consult others who can offer useful advice. This not only leads to a better decision, but also increases your confidence in the decision-making process. The consistent application of reason helps overcome insecurity in several ways. First, it gives us a sense of control over our reactions and decisions. When we know we are making considered decisions, we feel more assured of our choices. Second, reason allows us to see challenges as learning opportunities rather than threats, reducing the fear of failure. Think of a scenario where you are preparing for an important presentation. Insecurity might arise, bringing with it the fear of making mistakes or being judged. By practicing reason, you can prepare meticulously, practice your presentation, and even anticipate questions that may arise. This rational preparation not only improves your performance, but also increases your confidence in handling similar situations in the future. Being rational is a central practice of Stoicism that helps us live more confidently and securely. By pausing and reflecting, making informed decisions, and seeing challenges as opportunities for growth, we can overcome insecurity and face life with more balance and clarity. Remember Epictetus's words, "Progress a little each day, and you will see great results over time." Reason is the light that illuminates our path, guiding us with wisdom and serenity amidst life's uncertainties. Moreover, the practice of reason invites us to question our assumptions and seek a deeper understanding of situations. This allows us to develop an open mind, ready to learn and grow with each experience, further strengthening our confidence and security in the process. Advice 7. Find inner contentment. Let's take a moment to reflect. Imagine a serene lake, its calm waters reflecting the sky above. This lake symbolizes the inner peace we can all cultivate. The Stoics believe that true security comes from within, and that by finding inner contentment, we become less dependent on external approval and more secure in our own capabilities and values. Meditation is a powerful practice to calm the mind and find inner peace. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, advised, "Withdraw into yourself, especially when in need of comfort." Think of the Stoic principles you know. Meditation allows us to focus on the present and disconnect from external concerns, creating a space of calm and reflection. To start, find a quiet and comfortable place. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Let your thoughts flow without clinging to them. If thoughts of insecurity arise, observe them and then let them go. With regular practice, you will begin to notice a sense of peace and balance that you can carry with you throughout the day. Reflection is another path to finding inner contentment. Take time to reflect on your actions, decisions, and values. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on his daily actions to ensure they aligned with his values. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will always spring up if you continue to dig. A useful practice is keeping a reflection journal. Write down your daily experiences, how you reacted to different situations, and what you could have done differently. This practice not only increases self-awareness, but also helps identify thought and behavior patterns that may be contributing to insecurity. By better understanding your reactions and motivations, you can make conscious adjustments to align your actions with your deepest values. Gratitude is also a powerful tool for cultivating inner contentment. Epictetus said, "It's not happiness that makes us grateful, but gratitude that makes us happy." By focusing on what we have instead of what we lack, we begin to appreciate life more and feel more secure in our own capabilities. To practice gratitude, set aside a few minutes each day to think of 3 things you are grateful for. They can be simple things like a friend's smile, a moment of peace, or a tasty meal. Writing these things in a gratitude journal can reinforce this habit and create a more positive outlook on life. Over time, you will notice that this practice reduces the need for external approval and increases your internal security. By finding inner contentment, we become less dependent on external approval. Insecurity often arises from the constant quest for validation from others. However, when we are at peace with ourselves, this need diminishes. Seneca reminds us, "If you are right with yourself, what importance does someone's approval have?" Imagine you are in a work meeting and propose an innovative idea. Instead of excessively worrying about others' reactions, trust your own assessment and abilities. This doesn't mean ignoring feedback, but not letting others' approval or disapproval define your worth. By strengthening your self-confidence, you become more resilient and less susceptible to external doubts. True security comes from being aligned with your values. When we live according to our principles, we feel a sense of integrity and coherence that strengthens our internal security. The Stoics emphasize the importance of living a virtuous life, where actions are guided by reason and morality. Take time to identify your core values. What is most important to you? Honesty, courage, compassion? By clarifying these values, you can use them as a guide for your decisions and actions. This creates a solid foundation of security that cannot be shaken by external influences. Finding inner contentment is an ongoing journey, but it is crucial to overcoming insecurity and living a fuller life. Through meditation, reflection, gratitude, and alignment with your values, you can cultivate an inner peace that makes you less dependent on external approval and more secure in your own capabilities and values. Like the tranquil lake, your mind will reflect calm and balance, guiding you with serenity amid life's storms. We have reached the end of this video, and I hope you have felt inspired by the Stoic lessons we shared. Now, it's your turn to shine. If you found value in what we discussed, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and comment to the end to show that you are a persistent and dedicated person, truly in search of success or financial freedom. I'll love to see your participation and give a heart as recognition. On the screen, I'm leaving 2 special video recommendations for you to continue this journey of transformation. Choose one and go watch it right now. See you there.